In the introduction video, my first video, I mentioned the purpose of this channel was to teach those who are interested in a profession that they can learn that does not require a college education and that is actually has higher income potential than becoming a doctor or a lawyer. A little over a year ago, I made a video documenting those claims. So rather than repeat that effort, I have edited the original video to specifically address those claims. So following is the answer to why become a professional trader. I've been fortunate enough over the last several years to make a very comfortable living from products that I've invented and patented with the U.S. Patent Office. I knew that someday my income from patents and inventions would come to their end of the life, so I started looking for an alternative way of making a living. In my research, I came across a profession that although I was 60 years old, I could learn in less than a year, and it actually pays more than respected professions such as a doctor, a lawyer, or engineer. Now, since I have 6 children and 7 grandchildren, all who have different interests in life, but 4 of my children don't have a college education. And although they're happy with their lives, I know that at times they wonder, how am I going to provide for my family? So I decided to make a series of videos to teach them this profession that I found, and also is kind of a legacy to leave behind for my family, but also for people that I've met who've become friends of mine, who, because of economic world conditions, wonder, how am I going to feed my family? So this is a series of videos that I can leave behind to teach people what I have spent years learning, and without further ado, we'll go from there. Now, the profession I refer to is learning how to trade the foreign exchange market. If you ever travel from one country to another, usually the first thing you do is go to the foreign exchange window to trade in your currency for the currency used in that country. If going to Mexico, you turn in US dollars to get Mexican pesos. When you leave the country, you turn in your Mexican pesos to get US dollars. There is always posted at the exchange site the current exchange rate, which unknown to you actually changes every second. I will cover why it changes in other videos. But for now, understand that the professional who understands how to trade this market can earn more than any other profession. It's important for you to understand that this is a profession, not a get-rich-quick scheme, but a professional career which you'll have to learn. Later in this video, I'll compare this profession to that of becoming a doctor or a lawyer, since I made the claims that this profession pays higher than any other of those careers. The Forex market trades about $6 trillion a day, which is larger than all of the stock markets in the world put together. I would now like to document the claim that this profession offers higher income potential than either becoming a doctor or a lawyer. When I first heard this claim, I jumped on the internet to answer 2 questions. First, how much did it cost in time and money to become a doctor or lawyer? And second, what was the average income of those professions? I would strongly suggest you investigate for yourselves the answers to those questions so that you can make your own comparison. First, what does it cost in time and money to become a doctor? My research in 2016 showed that to become a doctor takes between $500,000 to $840,000 and 8 to 10 years before reaching your earning potential. After 10 years, you could be earning $300 to $5,100 per year depending on your specialty. How about a lawyer? 2016 research showed that you would have over $200,000 invested and 4 to 8 years of time invested in your education. The earning potential, depending on your school that you attended or your specific practice, between $80,000 and $150,000 a year. Well, let's compare these costs to the costs in time and money to learn to be a professional trader. Time. Obviously, it depends on how much time you devote to learning, but most of you can be profitable in about a year. not only profitable, but at a proficiency level to be at your maximum earning potential. Compare that to 10 years for a doctor or 6 years for a lawyer. An aspiring doctor or lawyer will eventually end up with their own practice. That practice has expenses, office space, utilities, office employees, insurance, especially insurance, employee benefits. To begin with, their income is limited by how many clients they can see a week or how many cases they can handle. If a doctor visit takes 40 minutes, how many patients can he see in a day, even if he has no administrative work? The same is true of a lawyer. How many cases a week can he physically handle before there are simply no more hours? Think about it. In almost every profession, the income is limited by how much time the individual has. The only way to make more money would be to add other doctors or lawyers to the practice and then maybe additional locations. Well, there are certain things that you need to start your trading profession. You need a computer and an internet connection. That's it. Your office can be anywhere in the world that it wants to be as long as you have items 1 and 2, a computer, and an internet connection. You can trade from Spain, Italy, Hawaii, France, the Caribbean. You can spend varying amounts of time in each place and still conduct your business without any interruption. In the next video, I'm going to document that it's possible to turn $1,000 into over $1 million in less than 5 years. That you can start with $1,000 and make $500 a day in less than 2 years. It's important that you know that there's no money necessary to learn this profession. Rather, once you do learn it, then you'll need to open up a broker account to actually make money.